My name's Gary Villanueve. I'm 31 and I'm currently enrolled in the digital journalism program at National University. I'm on track to finish the program in about 3 months and to earn a master's degree. I live in Cheyenne, Wyoming, USA. Wyoming is the least populous state in the Union, but there's a lot of newsworthy activity going on in and around this area. Wyoming's kind of the last vestiges of the Old West. We host the largest rodeo in the country every July. People come from all over the world to see it. The town triples in size in a week, so we're kind of automatically associated with this idea of cowboys and horses. But there's a lot more going on here. There's a lot worth looking at, and there's a lot worth reporting on. One of the investigative projects I've worked on since I've been in the program has revolved around the issues of fracking and wind energy, which are two very big kind of competing energy industries here. Wyoming's home to a lot of unconventional oil and natural gas exploration because it sits over at least two major shale gas formations. You can drive a couple miles south of town and there's this, these rolling prairie hills, and it's this desolate, beautiful landscape, but there are these giant pump jacks just pulling oil out of the hills, and it's really surreal to watch them. They look like they're alive, and you drive a couple miles south of that, and there's an enormous field of wind turbines, and these things are gigantic too, so it's kind of like watching these two monsters fight for the future of energy in this area. Another one of the more serious projects that I've worked on since I've been in the program has revolved around the rate of gun ownership and the rate of suicide in this state. Wyoming has the highest rate of gun ownership in the nation. Guns are virtually unregulated here. I think the laws are the laxest gun laws in the country. You can walk into a gun store, buy a gun, put it in your coat pocket, walk out. You can resell it if you want to resell it. There's virtually no regulation on guns because they're a huge part of the culture. The culture kind of considers gun ownership to be an unquestionable right. But the flip side of that is that while the murder rate is very low, the rate of suicide in Wyoming is the highest in the nation. And there's a clear correlation between the accessibility of guns and the high rate of suicide. Policymakers will tell you that it's a huge problem, that there is a correlation. So it's sort of this haunting fact of life here that comes along with these very strong Second Amendment values. This is the kind of important stuff going on here that the professors at National have just been extraordinary in terms of helping me to find these sorts of issues, to discover resources in the community, and shape these ideas into something special. I came into this program with virtually no journalistic experience. I had an undergraduate degree in English and was working in mental health, and I'd always thought of myself as someone who loved journalism and consumed news avidly. And I wanted to participate in the creation of news, but I had no idea where to start. I'm leaving the program now feeling very much like I am a practice journalist, feeling very confident about what I can do with the skills that I've learned here, and feeling really excited to get started. I chose the program at National because it aligned perfectly with my educational goals, and because I knew I wasn't going to find anything like it in Wyoming. My dream for a long time now has been to establish a web-based news project that would focus on crowdsourcing investigative journalism. I knew going into that was a big idea, and that I needed to learn a lot more before I attempted to make it happen, and that I needed an education that gave me a kind of holistic view of where journalism is right now as a field. So I was looking for a program that emphasized digital journalism, because I wanted to work on the web as opposed to for a traditional newspaper. I was looking for a program that embraced entrepreneurship in journalism and addressed emerging business models for journalism in the digital era. I wanted something that would teach me the nuts and bolts of how to practice journalism in the digital era, and that would help me to understand how I could use technology to my advantage in journalism. So I was very much looking for an education as opposed to a credential. And I spent months analyzing the curriculum of other programs just all over the country. I was looking for something web-based, and finally I found National, and I just thought, here it is, this is definitely the thing I'm looking for. And it really has been. I've learned what I've set out to learn, and it's been amazing. I'm truly amazed with the program. I'm truly amazed with the faculty. These professors are coming from some of the biggest news organizations in the world. They've run those organizations. They've won Pulitzer Prizes. And yet, they're accessible. They're down to earth. They care about your input, regardless of whether you're a career journalist or whether you're just getting into the field. Everybody's welcome. It's comfortable. It's completely online, so I can keep my job, I can support my family, and I can pursue this thing that I've always wanted to pursue. I've just been extremely happy with my experience so far, and I'm kind of sad that it's coming to an end, but I'm excited to get started.